Welcome to the Steve and Mead review. I'm Steve and this is my friend Mike. And tonight we saw Ninja Assassin.
Forget every cheesy freaking Chuck Norris movie that ever came out in the 80s, okay? These are not the guys who just, show up, pose, and get punched. These guys freaking kill you in horrible Jason Voorhees-like ways. Story tells about a guy named Rizu. Is that his name?
Rizo,
yeah. About a guy named Rizo who belongs to this clan of ninjas. Apparently, these ninjas have been selling their services out for the past 1,000 years. And there's a woman who discovers them and tries to investigate the ninjas to see if they're real or not. I'd have to say, even though it was really disgusting at times, but I gotta admit, if ninjas were real, assuming they are real, this is pretty much what they would be like.
I was pretty pleased with the violence in this movie. There's a lot of it, and it's pretty graphic. So that was cool, and a lot of the ninja fighting was pretty exciting too. I was a little nervous because in the trailer it shows a lot of CG shurikens flying through the air, and I was worried that the action might be
Matrix-like.
Yeah, with the wires and stuff, with guys flying around, but it's actually really well done, and I thought it was pretty cool. The ninjas are not exactly realistic, like they still have like almost magical ninja power, but that's cool, and it was a lot of fun to watch. The story, however, was a little on the weak side. It wasn't too bad, because they could definitely have gone with something much more stupid. The story didn't get boring or anything. Main ninja guy's growing up, and he sort of has a love interest thing with one of his fellow ninjas. Kunoichi, I believe is what you call a female ninja. And this was just unbelievable to me because, if ninjas are vicious killers, I would expect Kunoichi to be just as vicious, even more
Heartless?
They're definitely heartless, but I want to say they would be deceptive and very cruel, because what they do is the Kunoichi is supposed to be beautiful. In part of the movie, they cut her face as a punishment, and they would never want to do that because she's supposed to seduce men, her target, and then kill him. That's what the Kunoichi does. So why would you want to cut her face? There's some forensic...
the Interpol agent.
Yeah, and she's investigating ninjas, and the whole time you already know that the ninjas are real because you've already seen them killing people and stuff. So there really isn't any mystery for her to solve, for the audience to solve with her. We already know, and it's just kind of like, okay, yeah, there are ninjas, figure it out, and let's move on. So I didn't really like her story very much. But she was cute, and that's another thing actually I didn't like, is that there's a shower scene with that girl, and it doesn't show anything.
Well, that's not the kind of movie it is.
No, there's a shower scene with that girl. They specifically showed her in the shower, and they didn't show her tits or anything.
It's not that kind of
movie. Why did not
It's rated R because of the violence.
You must have nudity. You must have
This
nudity.
is not some USA late-night show.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Okay.
Well, I'm willing to forgive that.
I'm not. She was in the shower. Why did they show her in the shower at all? Why was that scene there? I want to see some titties. Okay.
Yeah, we'll rent the porno.
Another thing that was cool in this movie, but I wish they would have done a little more of, the main character's weapon, he prefers to use this...
Kama?
I think it's actually Kasarigama.
Oh.
Because it's got the chain on it. A Kama is just like a sickle. It doesn't have the chain on it.
Oh. Well, in Samurai Shodown, didn't Earthquake have like a chain on his Kama?
I'm not familiar with that character.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, that was cool, but I would have liked to see more, variety in the ninja weapons.
Except for like throwing stars, sword,
yeah,
that thing you just mentioned,
yeah,
and that's it. My grade is I gotta give it an I'm gonna give it an A minus
Okay.
because I wasn't a big fan of the whole like blending in the shadows and disappearing and reappearing.
You wanted to be a little more realistic.
A little more realistic, yeah.
I thought this movie was pretty good. I'm going to give this one a B.
Mm-hmm.
The fighting was great. The violence was cool. The story wasn't that good, but it was good enough. And this is the best ninja movie I've seen in a long time, and probably the best one I'm going to see for quite a while. I was really hoping we'd see an Izuna drop in this movie. That's a Ninja Gaiden move where he goes up in the air and he twirls around and then slams his head in the ground.